Now we cross over to politics, where Azimio leader Raila Odinga has supported the idea of a referendum to implement certain proposals fronted by the National Dialogue Committee report.
Speaking at the SKM Center in Nairobi, Odinga says the creation of the office of the opposition leader and the office of a prime cabinet secretary should be subjected to a referendum and Kenyans to have their say. Is a constitutional requirement, and the ODM leader further stated that the report is imperfect and unfinished but supported it anyway.
Abdiaziz Hashim has that story.
After days of waiting for the Azimio leader Raila Odinga to publicly proclaim his stance over the recent launched National Dialogue Committee report that sought to quell disagreements between the two ruling factions, the ODM leader revealed his decision in an Azimio PG meeting held at the SKM Center in Nairobi after 3 months of deliberations between the Azimio wing led by Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka and the Kenya Kwanza's Kimani Ichung'wah team.
The document the team has come up with is ultimately imperfect and unfinished, but it is a good beginning.
Raila shared his dissatisfaction with the outcome of the report, especially on the rising cost of living that he claims Kenya Kwanza were not willing to tackle and adopt solutions from the various recommendations they fronted, like repealing the Finance Act 2023 in its entirety.
Azimio, however, remains deeply disappointed that the committee was not able to agree on the one fundamental issue on which Kenyans are united across the political divide. The two teams were unable to agree on the need and the means to reduce the cost of living.
Odinga further noted that Kenyans must be involved in the decision-making process of certain proposals made by the 10-member committee that seeks to alter with the 2010 constitution that is yet to be fully implemented.
To create the office of the leader of opposition or to formalize the office of the prime cabinet secretary, the people of Kenya have to have their say by way of a referendum. Besides, it is a constitutional requirement that such significant restructuring of government must go through a referendum to avoid the mischief that may be played by some people going to court.
The Azimio leader further proposes that the state should settle on a system that will govern the country and end the political intolerance after every election period.
It is also our stand that this country cannot continue moving forward by being undecided. We have to agree whether we want a parliamentary, presidential system or a hybrid system.
While supporting the report, Odinga maintains that he will use other avenues to force the government to address the perennial issues dogging Kenyans, like the increase of taxation, especially on essential commodities like fuel, which has led to the rise of commodities in the country. This comes as a section of Azimio leaders led by NAK Kenya Party leader Martha Karua and DAP-K leader Eugene Wamalwa have shared their frustrations over the report, stating it has not achieved its initial objective.
Honorable Eugene Wamalwa was here earlier on in the meeting of the summit. He only has had to leave because he had some pressing matter to deal with. But he approved the report as presented by the team. He had not been in the country when this report was being signed, but he's going to append his signature on the report. Honorable Martha Karua is out of the country. We talked to her earlier on today. She's in Hargeisa.
All eyes are now on Parliament as Azimio and Kenya Kwanza MPs are poised to flex their political muscle to determine the fate of the National Dialogue Committee report in the coming days. Abdiaziz Hashim, Prime Edition.